Frederick's half-century. It came up in 95 minutes. He hit 9 boundaries. So 95 minutes for 50 compared with his 211 minutes for 50 at Edgbaston. He goes on now to 51, and umpire Bird is having a word with him to ask him to keep off the pitch. What's good for the bowlers is also good for the batsmen. And that should be out. Underwood. And Fredericks throwing down his bat in disgust out there. Just pelted the bat into the ground as the ball was on its way to Underwood. Not too sure what would have happened there if Underwood had dropped the catch, his eye having been caught by that. But Fredericks is out for 51 with the total at 87. Illingworth, the man after that, who cut it off just inside the boundary. And that 3 brings up the 100 for the West Indies. 100 for 2 in this first session.
Useful shot off the back foot, brings Lloyd 3 runs. Very delicate leg glance by Kanhai, beautifully turned round. West Indies captain moving on there to 42. Arnold to Lloyd. Nicely finding the gap on the onside, just gently stroked it away, Underwood chasing it, the ball gathering pace. Just cut off inside the ropes. So 3 runs to Clive Lloyd. Some idea of the speed of this outfield. A long chase there for Derek Underwood, and it was only really stroked away by Lloyd. About that. That got up a normal height, was beautifully put away by Kanhai. Takes him on to 50. Typical Rowan Kanhai cover drive. Has 50 come just on 2 hours. Some really exciting shots in amongst it all. 7 fours there.
Arnold's out there at deep backward square, but didn't matter very much. Cleared the ropes by many a mile. Magnificent blow by Lloyd for the 100 partnership. This pair having come together at 87. The total now is 188 for 2. And Clive Lloyd himself goes on to the half-century. What a great stroke. That's a real Compton Cowdery style sweep. A beautiful piece of play there. .200 up now for West Indies with that single to Clive Lloyd in 211 minutes. It's come up in 57 overs. Illingworth now bowling to Rowan Kanhai. And there it is. That is Rowan Kanhai's 6,000th run in Test cricket. He's playing in his 74th Test match here at Lord's, and the only others ever to achieve this Great feet. Sobers, Cowdrey, Hammond, Bradman, Hutton, Barrington and Harvey. That's a great shot. Greig just isn't fast enough to bowl bounces on a good batting pitch. Kanhai didn't bother hooking that behind square. He just slashed it away through mid-wicket. Great shot, that. Willis has got him. Caught and bowled, the third wicket to go down, and all three to Bob Willis. Clive Lloyd miscuing there and attempted on drive. And good work by Willis. He's bowled with plenty of pace and fire here today. Nice to see a young fella coming into the side and just giving it that extra yard of pace. Good performance by this ex-Surrey and now Warwickshire player to get Clive Lloyd. Oh, and a misfield will give Kanhai his 100. Luckhurst, the offender. Kanhai goes to 100. A fine innings by the West Indian captain.
Beautiful wristed flick through the offside, go through for 4. Fletcher now coming into the act. Beautifully timed and placed shot. Is under it and caught. Nicely judged at deep square leg by Jeff Arnold. Wicket to Illingworth. Charan, the man out for 14. Swinging that away. Pitching round about leg stump. Arnold beautifully positioned, didn't have to move an inch. So wicket for the England captain coming in his 15th over at a cost of 47 runs. Charan out. Beautiful shot by Gary Sobers. Really picked that up and clipped it away through mid-wicket.
Magnificent stroke. It really was wonderful to watch. The gentle defensive stroke, first couple of balls of the over, and then that really classic off drive. Got it away there, just through the extra cover position. Marvellous placement. Just rolling the wrist a little bit on that one so that it went finer. The first one through extra cover.
So I was the manoeuvre on the way down.
Smooth as you like. Had to stop a couple of times for you and a woo.
Too many fizzy drinks.
How's the Saphira?
Don't know what we'd do without it. Amount of junk they insist on bringing.
Right. Think a little drinks in order, don't you? Lovely to see them playing so well together.
Remember last year?
Don't. It's not a bad life, is it?
I think I might have a little kip.
Might join you.
Mariva and Saphira, clever family cars from Vol. Mariva and Saphira, available with 0% finance over 4 years. from Vauxhall.
Nicely fielded by Underwood. Again, and well, I think cutting off to go the wrong way. Under no chance to get the right hand to it from the moment it left the bat, as long as no fieldsman could get across to it. Again, it's the timing. No ball called by umpire Bird, and again now Greig to Kanhai. And there's another boundary. Tony Greig really taking a hammering out there today. Really is having a tough time as Kanhai goes on to 138, brings up the 300. And Greig now, no wicket for 90 from 18 overs, and the 86th over completed. New ball taken now by Bob Willis. Compliment to his early bowling that he's given the new ball here ahead of Jeff Arnold. No bounce there, and a lot of pain for Kanhai. They're ready to resume now. Willis is ready to bowl and Kanhai to bat. And there's plenty of fire in that one as well. Teammates. The 150 for Rowan Kanhai. And that takes him to his highest ever test score against England. What a lovely stroke to do it with. One keeps thinking that that's probably the shot of the day. Every time Lloyd, Kanhai or Sobers play it. So it's to be Bob Willis now bowling from the nursery end, and he's to bowl to Kanhai. He's got him. It's a good catch by Tony Greig, going away to his right there, and a good delivery from Willis, who has just picked himself up another little victim, and what a good one from England's point of view. Rowan Kanhai out, caught Greig, bowled Willis for 157. And the pavilion and everyone around the ground rising to Kanhai. It was a marvellous innings. And Arnold to bowl to Foster. That's a nice start. Can't get off the mark with a much better stroke than that. Running into the boundary there at square leg. Stroke of a man really in form. Bob Willis again. And he'll be bowling to Gary Sobers. Applause for Gary Sobers' half-century.
And that's out, caught at mid-arm. Bob Willis taking a catch. Bad shot there by Maurice Foster. It was a long hop by Tony Greig. He could really have hit it almost anywhere he liked. Got very high up on the bat. A disappointment for Maurice Foster, recalled to this West Indian Test side. First ball then to Julien from Greig. Nicely turned off his legs through the gap between mid-wicket. That'll go through for 4. So Julian started almost in exactly the same way that Foster got underway. Well, this streaky edge there, wide of second slip, goes through for 4 more. Beautiful shot off the back foot. All the ease and elegance in the business there coming from Gary Sobers. Short pulled away to long leg. Fletcher's under it. He's dropped it. He got 2 hands to it. Low down. Not only dropped the catch, it's gone through for 4. Beautiful shot again, 4 runs all the way. Good cricket there by this master cricketer who'd been looking at this offside field. Another beautiful straight drive, beats Fletcher, goes through for 4. Brings up the 400. What a wonderful shot from Gary Sobers. What a wonderful shot. You'd really have to see a lot of cricket to see a better shot than that. And Gary Sobers himself absolutely delighted with it. There he goes, that's the one he's been looking for. Elliott going across, see if it made 6, it did. Another great shot by Julien. Beautiful shot. Picked it up clean as a whistle. Straight over the top for 4 runs. Oh, a beautiful shot. Superb shot, hammered this time, straight past Greig, half volley. The crowd here, the West Indian contingent particularly, going wild with excitement. Hammered away again, Fletcher at mid-on, effecting a good stop. Applause and for the 450. And Sobers moving on to 90. And another great shot. Beautifully placed, perfectly timed. It's really been a joy to watch Bernard Julian here this morning. The power and strength of Julien, the majesty of Sobers.
Underwood now, bowling to Julien. .50 to Bernard Julian, and a very good hand from this crowd. He's come in here and played really well, 50 and 58 minutes. He's hit 1 6 and 8 4s, and just given this West Indies innings the impetus it needed after the slow session with Maurice Foster having some trouble with the England bowlers.
Now I wonder whether we shall have an invasion of the pitch if the great man gets another single. I see 1 or 2 policemen moving towards the West Indies supporters. That's it.
Tonight at 10 on ESPN Classic.
Is a modest invasion of the turf. Fine 100 then for Gary Sobers. In 217 minutes, his 26th Test match 100.
And Arnold now to Julien. A glorious stroke. It really did split the field there, cover and mid-off. Magnificent shot. And keeps on saying what a magnificent stroke. Now Tony Greig there was 3 parts of the way back to the boundary. He needed a dive to get anywhere near it, and even then could only brush it with the fingertips. So the total now on 499 for 6. And the 500 comes up. And Julien looking for 2 and will get it. That's good running by Julien. Fletcher the man at long on, and a roar from the West Indian supporters now. 500 for 6, magnificent entertainment for a big crowd again at Lord's. More people on this second day than on the first. Very good humoured as well they might be, because they're seeing some really classic batting here by the West Indians.
And Gary Sobers is temporarily in the dressing room, having gone off with a slight stomach disorder. Keith Boyce has come in at 6.
Well, Boyce going into the act now. Really got hold of that for 4. Greig Underwood starting a new over. Beautiful shot, picked up, a couple of bounces over the top of extra cover. It really was a fine shot. Knew exactly where he wanted to put it and was accurate almost to a foot. Greig to Julien. Julien on 97. What a way to go to your first 100 in any form of first-class cricket. This has really been a tremendous performance by Julien. But once again, this pitch been invaded, despite the pleas and requests from everybody here at Lord's. Whole army of stewards all along the side, absolutely helpless, nothing they can do about it. Julien right in the middle of this. But it's a tremendous performance by this young all-rounder. 101, his maiden 100 in first-class cricket, and to do it in a test match at Lord's is really a remarkable performance.
Off the edge, they all count, and this is a very fast outfield. I think it might just get there in time. It has.
Once again, he's edged him away. No slip. A long chase there for Amiss. They're speeding away over this fast outfield. The crowd on the feet as the 600 comes up. Mammoth total Not too often you see that on an English scoreboard, at least. 600 runs up there on his 6 out, and the last 50 have come in half an hour. And Julien finding the gap there. Played it intentionally down towards third man, nobody there. So he'll chase him back. And they take 3 more. That's high in the air, must be out this time, safely caught. Amiss under it. So Keith Boyce given a lot of entertainment in his brief stay there at the wicket. Out for 36. Gary Sobers resuming then. The score on 604, 132 going up under batsman number 7, 115 already on there. Contribution and a brilliant one made by Bernard Julian. So the batsman crossed. It'll be Greig to Julien. And over the top and away into the crowd, that's going to be 6. Tremendous blow over mid-wicket by Bernard Julian. And he just goes on from strength to strength. Quite a remarkable innings, this. Oh dear. And that really is a waste of time. And that's it, caught and bowled. Another wicket for Tony Greig. A really remarkable innings by Bernard Julian. Tony Greig cashing in a little bit, taking some hammer, but on at the right time as the West Indies are throwing their bats now. So the man who'd never made 100 in any form of first class cricket in his life, coming to Lord's in front of a capacity house and making 121. Oh dear, what a great shot to start with. Number 10 comes in and clobbers him straight past mid-off for 4.
It's gone many a mile out over mid-wicket there. A splendid stroke by Van Bernholder, really picking up Tony Greig there from short of a length and hitting it away into the crowd for 6. Be Bob Willis, who has 4 wickets. And another 4 runs, a very elegant, gentle stroke really from Sobers, just clipping that away off the toes. Whip shot, square leg. 2 boundaries, takes Sobers now on to 146. $650 on the board for the West Indies. Scoring faster than 1 a minute. 620 minutes. And it takes Gary Sobers up to 150. And it is the declaration. Lloyd and Kanhai has declared the West Indies innings closed at 652 at the moment where Gary Sobers reached this magnificent 150. Jeff Boycott faces Van Bernholder. Karachuan, the man in at Shortford Square, menacing field. Shortford Square and a leg gully. The leg gully is Fredericks. His shadow just coming into picture. And Keith Boyce is at leg slip, just the 2 men allowed behind square. Then 5 men in that cordon. Kanhai, Sobers. Julien is at third, Lloyd fourth, Gibbs at gully. And Morris Foster is patrolling the cover area. In fact, Morris Foster is patrolling all the area out there. He's the only man left to chase that straight drive. Nothing more galling than to have a drive like that just beat you to the fence. And a nice start for Geoffrey Boycott. That's a great catch by Kanhai. An extraordinary stroke from Boycott, looking for the hook there. The ball flying to Kanhai at first slip. Boycott, in fact, seeming to change his mind in mid-stroke. The ball flying off the bottom of the bat, perhaps even the back of the bat, across to Kanhai at first slip. That's well bowled, and it's a second wicket down. That's well bowled by Boyce. That took off, lifted very sharply. Outside edge, and Derek Murray completed the catch. 7 for 2 England, facing this massive total of 652 for 8. Luckhurst the man out, caught Murray, bowled Boyce. Each opening bowler now having a wicket, and Luckhurst made 1. Holder's getting round to that, but he won't reach it. Good response from Hayes. 2 boundaries. He's hooking in the air.
And a magnificent catch round the corner by Fredericks. Another short ball getting a wicket. Hayes, the third Englishman out. Going again for the hook shot. Already brought him 2 fours. And superbly picked up round the corner by Fredericks. So calamity here for England. Hayes out. Third man down. 29. Nicely put away this time by Fletcher, off the back foot, forced away, brings up the 50. Brings 2 runs to Keith Fletcher. .50 coming up in the 13th over. In just 62 minutes. Quick enough start, but England, of course, 3 men gone. Demonstrated beautifully there by Fletcher. Nearly hammered away through mid-off for 4. Another fine shot this time off the back foot. 1 chase for Foster. Ball again winning in the end, as it's done so very often today. Certainly the quickest outfielder I can recall here at Lord's for a long time. Despite those 2 fours, no change in the field. Short one, hooked away, hooked down, hooked nicely down there by Fletcher. No possible chance of being caught. But a good stop by Fredericks, one hand. got hold of that. Beautiful shot. Moved wonderfully well into position then to play the hook shot. Good cricket coming here from Keith Fletcher. Another nice deflection. And Fletcher only brings him a single, but it brings up the 50 partnership between these two. And those 50 runs have come in just 40 minutes.
Cotton.
Ear.
Brand. Yes, sir. Hill.
Yeah.
Girls aloud.
Ear.
Louder.
Ear.
Piper.
Ear, sir.
Lineker. Here. Take off those ridiculous promotional ears. Sir, we'll not have such things in my classroom. No more football for you for the rest of term. Do you understand?
Ta-da, Lineker.
Visit walkears.com, get a free pair of ears and raise £1 million for comic relief.
Time for a quick look before stumps at Lance Gibbs, the off spinner. Coming on with a slip and a short leg. Cover extra mid-off, deep square leg. Ordinary square leg, a mid-wicket and mid-on. And that's a brave shot. Straight down the wicket, over the top. Well, it's really good to see coming from an English batsman, the last over of the day. Short leg, leg slip, nobody out. Last ball of the day. Bit of turn, middle by Amiss. The end of the second day's play in this third and final test match here at Lord's have seen England move on to 88 for 3. Fletcher on 30, Amiss on 32, after losing their first 3 wickets for 29. All this in reply to the West Indies mammoth score of 652 for 8 declared. Underway, bowler to Fletcher. About that, we're going to push it on the onside. It's an outside edge, it's Lloyd after it again. It's always a great sight to watch him chasing the boundary. Very few would have caught that. Really a tremendous sight to see this big man chase something like 75 yards. And that's it, caught behind. Sobers, no bother at all. A wicket for Holder. Amiss goes. He's been in trouble really all the time with that short length ball outside the off stumps. Moved across, never really got behind it and edged away, and Sobers making it all look so very simple at second slip. He's got it through, speeding away, boys speeding after it, but he'll never catch it. So Tony Greig away with 4, bringing up the 100 for England. In fact, come up in quick time, 101 up in 107 minutes, but England, of course, 4 men gone now. Just warming him up with an early bouncer. And that must really have bounced like a tennis ball. Greig hardly, at 6'6", had the need to duck under it very far. Fine shot, half volley, hammered away through mid-off. And oh, it's dropped around the corner. Chance there to Frederick, certainly. let off for Tony Greig. A disappointed Fredericks, and he's the man who picked up that really excellent catch to get rid of Hayes. Another good firm shot. 3 boundaries in Tony Greig's 14.
Keith Fletcher now is on 49. Tony Greig on 24. It's 142 for 4. His partnership has realised 45 runs. A lovely stroke to give Fletcher his half-century. Got right over that, kept it along the ground. And Fletcher reaches his 50. Good fighting innings from this young right-hander. And close there for Tony Greig. He was quick enough to get round. 173 for 4, 35 to Tony Greig. He has striked to Lance Gibbs, and Fletcher has made 68. The man out Amiss for 35. That must have missed by a fraction of an inch. Some sharp spin there from Gibbs. And Greig taking 3 from what was a very fortunate stroke. Sobers has got him round the corner, spun sharply. Sobers has had a lot of work there this morning, and Gibbs finally getting one that Fletcher couldn't keep down. A really good catch by Gary Sobers, going away to his left-hand side. He took it probably with a hand resting on the ground. Good piece of bowling and a fine piece of fielding by Sobers, who for many years has specialised in that position. Good crowd around the batsman. And Sobers says, what a great catch that was! A marvellous catch, pure reflex there. And look at the joy on Sobers. Now there's a flashback to the great days when... And we've got the spectators rushing around on that pitch there that England have to bat on for the next 2.5 days. Straight over the pitch there. Really, this is impossible. You can't have test matches played in conditions like this. If the police really must do something about it.
So Lloyd and Kanhai doing his best for Lance Gibbs. And what an invasion there will be, I dare say, if he should get this wicket. No, he hasn't done it. Greig just pushing out there. Nice for LBW though, just quietly. Interesting thing is that the field remains just as it was. Greig throwing the bat at that, getting it down to Van Holder, just the 1 run.
Nice little cut shot 4 runs to Tony Greig. Another fine catch. It's Sobers taking yet another one. His 4th of the innings. Greig, the batsman, to go. Wonderful catch. Went extremely quickly to Sobers at second slip. Now what a recall to the Test match scene. 150 not out. Already taken 4 catches, 7 men out. Tony Greig struggled away manfully. Hard task there, made 44 in the end before falling to Sobers off the bowling, of course. Once again, the extra slip being brought up for Jeff Arnold. 4 slips and a gully. 2 men back for any shot he might want to offer. First ball then, poised to Arnold. And trying his best to offer a catch to that array of slip fielders. Just dropping short of Foster. And really everything going on in this over. Going off the edge, a little bounce to Sobers. Allen not on 5, facing Gibbs. Come down the wicket. Smart piece of fielding off his own bowling. So he's got that away, just bubbling over the line. Come down the wicket, wide of Foster. He's chasing that, no chance of cutting it off. Not turning to the attack, hitting Gibbs away for 2 successive boundaries.